Hey Scrubbers, it's Vanessa here, and today I have a layout for Traci Reed Designs, and I am using the new Milestones collection for the most part. The background I have that I'm working on right now, I'm putting some stenciling on. That grid paper is actually from the original Story Foundations collection at the beginning of the year. But apart from that, everything else is from Milestones, both the digital and the hybrid scrapbooking kit. And so there's actually a corresponding blog post for this layout, and you can check that out at Traci Reed's website. It'll be in the link in the description box below. And really the whole premise of my blog post and this layout in particular is to remind everyone that we not only document the people that we celebrate and the celebrations that involve like people or like a new house or something like that, or a place, but it's also important to document the things that we create, or how we decorate for those holidays so that we can remember them. And in this case, I am going to be documenting a few of the birthday cakes that I have made for my son over the years. And so I think it's important to sometimes remember those things as well as the special occasions that we want to scrapbook. It's sometimes fun to look back and remember what we created to celebrate those holidays or those special occasions, or those different celebrations. So that's basically what the blog post is about, and this is the layout that I created to go along sort of with that and showcase some of the products. I'm using this gorgeous multicolored star paper. I love that paper. It's one of my favorite papers in this collection. It would be really good for Disney. If you're a Disney fan, I feel like any star papers always are a great option for Disney, and that's a good one for sure. So here I am just going to cut down my papers. I have gone ahead and torn that blue and white polka dot. That'll be my top layer at the top of the page. Excuse me. And then the star paper, I did tear that twice for the bottom as well. Excuse me. So I'm just working on trying to figure out how much I need to cut down these papers. I didn't cut them beforehand and I didn't measure. So now I'm trying to go back and figure out how do I cut just enough off so that I don't cut too much off the edges, and have this fit, because I still want that yellow diagonal stripe that I created. I did create that background in Photoshop Elements, and layered it up and then printed it as one sheet. So I do want to have that border of that yellow diagonal stripe. So there you see, I finally got them all cut. So this becomes my background now. And so I'm going to go ahead and I did do the stenciling with a stencil from my stash and some faded jean in both the Distress spray and the ink, so that I could do the stenciling and then some splatters. So once my background pieces were down, I am going to take two more papers, this birthday cake and birthday hat paper, and I cut them both at 4.5. The length, most of it gets covered up underneath the top, so I'm not exactly sure how tall how tall they both are. I just wanted them to be peeking out because this is where I'm going to put my photos. And so I have them both layered up here underneath my pattern papers at the top. And I do kind of stagger them so the birthday cake one becomes shorter. And so it does move up a little bit more than where you see it now. And I do, like I said, my photos are going to land on these. And when I glue them down off camera, I end up putting more than I end up putting them further apart, I guess I should say. And here's where I was originally going to add a fourth photo, which was one for my daughter, but I decided to just focus on my son's. I might do another page with some of her cakes down the road, and I am in no way a cake decorator or anything. These are definitely not professionally done, but it's fun to remember like that. You know, I took the time to create not just a standard, make a birthday cake, but for some of his birthday themes. He was always into cars, so we had a cupcake birthday cake, which is the blue car, and then we had a cake that we used cars things and created like a little scene, and then we had a Pokemon that was made, the top of it looked like a Pokeball, and it was all M&Ms, and so yeah, so it's just fun to sort of remember and document these things so that, looking back, he can remember, oh yeah, I remember when I had that cake, and so on. So while I have been fiddling around with the placement of the photos, I'm also now working on where my title is going to go. And I decided to go with the title of Let Them Eat Cake because I'm documenting pictures of birthday cakes. So I figured, why not? And the letters that I'm using are actually from this milestone kit, and Traci has created multiple color versions of these circular letters. I adore them. You can definitely make them smaller or bigger, however you want them for your layout. I did cut them several times and stack them on top of each other, so they're more like thickers now. And so I did get those placed, and I placed my photos where ultimately they were going to land, and I glued all of that down off camera. And now is the basic finishing touches of this page, which is going to be all these fun sort of birthday and celebratory images that are in. Some of these are from the digital and some of them are from the sticker sheet. So I have a combination of both. That bow, for example, was from the digital. What else was from the digital? The little circles at the bottom, those are from the digital kit, and I think the rest is from the sticker sheet. But I'm going to have these 3 clusters, and pretty much at this point I am done with the layout. I am going to come back in here real quick to finish it up and just add 3 enamel dots in each of my clusters with some red enamel dots that I had in my stash. This just gives me that little extra texture, little bit more interest and a little bit of dimension into my clusters. I did pop some of this up on some foam so that it does have a little bit of dimension on the page. And with that, here's my still photo, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.